Hello YouTube, this is Jared back again after a 2-week break. I have taken some time off from making the YouTube videos to get some rest, do some work, do a little bit of traveling, and now I am back. And after giving it some thought, I've decided what I want to do with this YouTube channel. So I had a lot of fun doing my Caradron Overlord's Army in a Month challenge, but as I've thought about it, the idea of doing back-to-back monthly challenges seems like a good way to burn myself out in the hobby. So I think the plan is to continue to do army projects and maybe some challenges, but for the most part, it will be done whenever it's done. And so I'm going to be doing army challenges, but not set a hard time limit, just so I don't burn myself out. And then if I want to have more than one project going at a time, I'll have opportunity to do that since I have lots of different stuff that I want to build. So I'll go back and forth between just general project documentation and doing an occasional challenge just for the fun of it. So I'm highlighting some miniatures in this video that I painted before I started the YouTube channel. So my Bad Moon, Yndrasta, a bunch of the other fun stuff that I got. A lot of the stuff I got was from the Hachette magazine. The first thing that got me into Age of Sigmar was the Dominion box, so I have Yndrasta from that. And then the Bad Moon was one of the few ones I picked up, just picked up for the fun of it. But Yndrasta was the Dominion box, and then the Big Troll was from the Hachette magazine. So I've sourced a lot of miniatures from a lot of different places over the last couple of years as I got into the hobby, but I figured I'd go ahead and highlight a couple different miniatures while I was talking. So the plan going forward for the channel is that I want to do army projects. That's what I love. That's what I enjoy. And documenting from beginning to end how I do different armies. And so I have some armies that I'm going to be building from scratch. And then I'm also going to be doing some hobby rescue stuff. So I enjoy perusing Facebook Marketplace, buying people's old collections and then refurbishing them. And so sometimes I refurbish them and sell them, and then sometimes I refurbish them and keep them. So I'll be highlighting some of the collections I got. I actually have two right now. I have a Skaven army and a Tau army for 40k. And so both of those will be upcoming on the channel, as well as just some other smaller projects. I want to add to my cities a Sigma army that I'm building with Old Worlds kits. I want to work on some Lumineth Realm Lords and some Ogre Maw tribes. And so that all between all of those, it should take me to the end of the year. So I have a lot of different fun projects I can work on. I have had a lot of fun building all of the different things that you're seeing on screen here. The Giant was a great time. That was from the Hachette magazine and putting the little effects on his base. And then I bought the Vampire here for because my wife loves vampires. So that was for her. And then this is my Lord Relictor. He is from the Stormcast. Fell in love with the giant reliquary that he's carrying into battle. There's a version of him for the Space Marines that I think is pretty fun too. There's my wizard from my Stormcast army. She's got a fun base that I made with my first attempt at a water texture. I've gotten better at water textures then, but I still like her. She's in the white armor, and that was my first attempt at white armor and my first attempt at a water effect. So that was fun. And then this chaplain was my 100th mini that I painted, and so he's very special to me. He was mini number 100. I painted him in a single day. And then this is from the Skaventide box. This is one of the newest minis I've painted. I need to highlight all of these because I painted all of my Skaventide Stormcast, the Desolation Chamber or whatever it's called, in this more autumn theme. And so I really like how they came out. And then I did a head swap on all of them. So they all have Knight Templar heads from a different line of miniatures, but they came out wonderful. And then these are some old world great cannons that I've turned into Cities of Sigmar cannons, and these are probably two of my favorite things that I've built so far. I love all the little details. They're almost more diorama than game piece, but I love that they work both ways. And then I bought historical miniature gabions to put in the front, and then scratch built the little wooden bits out of coffee sticks and popsicle sticks. Painted all that up and put the grass flocking on it, and they just came out so well. And they're even better in person because they look like little tiny cannon crews. So just some of the other fun stuff that I've gotten to build and play with. So going forward on the channel, I'll be highlighting some of the armies that I've built, do some little one-off videos. I'll do some bigger army projects that I'll document. And then eventually I would like to make some videos on how to learn the rules, how to play the game, how to how to do narrative gameplay, which is what I like to do when I do actually have time to play. This is, of course, my Orc Maw Crusher. He's a lot of fun too. He was a great kit to build, and I like the Hachette magazine because it tells you to leave the big wings off and to do sub-assemblies to make him easier to paint. And his little mask on the dragon comes off, so I can run him with the mask on or with the mask off, and so he's quite a lot of fun. I had a great time painting him up. And then last but not least, from the Hachette magazine, I was able to get Karazai the Scarred, or Karazi, or however you want to pronounce it. But it was a hard choice between him and Krondi, but overall, I gotta paint a red dragon. I love Smaug from The Hobbit. I love the idea of the big red dragon, and so he was just so much fun to do. And then kind of customize out his base and just spend some time really working on dry brushing him and making him look at the absolute best he could. So he came out so well. He sits above my desk. Probably the best miniature in my entire collection is Karzai the Scarred. He is such a fun miniature. I've heard him described in terms of the rules. His only limitation is he does so much damage. He normally wastes dice because he kills everything he's fighting in his first attack, and then there's nothing left for him to kill. So he's a great gameplay. I've actually gotten him on the table 2 or 3 times, and he is an absolute riot. Most people go Krondi because Krondi can cast spells and is a little bit more useful. But in terms of just raw damage, Karazai is so much fun, and his eyeball you'll see here just peeking out came out so well. He has that little dragon eye, and then he's got his ruined eye as well. So these are the minis I've been painting and the projects I'm planning. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.